Uneasy is the arsehole that wears the crown, and uneasy is the head that looks upon this arsehole. For upon this arsehole my head depends, and upon my head this arsehole's future rests. And yet, 'tis an arse like any other. Then why do I stand here, spitting feathers, unable to tug a breath, a thunder of blood swilling my brains, and my balls sitting in puddles of sweat? Gather yourself up, man. 'Tis not the first row fundament that's attended. Many's the time the father of this one, King James, God rest him, was sorely vexed, having a deal of provocation from unholy acts with my Lord of Buckingham. But an application of fumitory and docks mingled with vinegar usually did the trick. Oh, happier times, John. But now I must not distract myself from the task at hand. This situation requires me to make a simple choice. Hound's tongue, temperately cold, drying and astringent, it doth heal all manner of wounds, punctures, burns or scalds, the biting of a mad dog and the French pox. Its root, baked under embers and a suppository made, doth very effectually help with painful piles. This recipe, by the by, is available in my book, Theatrum Botanicum, the most detailed and accurate herbal ever written, in English, by myself, John Parkinson, Royal Apothecary, Botanicus Regius, and herbalist to this majestical arsehole. Oh, yes, I forget myself. Hound's tongue, or hemlock, your ancient Greek's veritable poison of choice. Oh, like Buridan's ass, equally hungry and thirsty, I am placed midway between a pail of water and a bale of hay, unable to decide which, knowing I will die of either hunger or thirst if I choose one, and certain death if I choose neither. It's not much of an arse when all's said and done. The cheeks are pasty, but then this arse has not shat atop a moor in a high wind. It's flat and lacks brawn, and I have seen more hairs on a flitch of bacon. But then the occupation of throne sitting requires little of it. The three boils that stand out rudely red, not worth comment, and the patching of moles is commonplace. I'll grant the loose hanging warts, no bigger than cardamoms, are surprising and easily remedied with a daily rubbing of dog's mercury, which also greatly eases childbirthing. My mother would send me over Whaley Moor to collect dog's mercury when a neighbour was near a time. John, she would say, John, thou must keep thy head down, thy eyes peeled, and if any ask thy business, let thy tongue stop thy mouth from speaking, for there are some round here will cry witchcraft for a penny. Now they cry papist for nought. I should have heeded your mother. But I thought by professing loyalty to this arse, me and mine would be safe, that for the rest of my days I would have a hot meal, a clean bed, and a garden to tend. Not much to ask for a lifetime of service. But it seems that this regal backside sits albeit painfully and does nought, allowing the heads of loyal servants to be severed to save his own. As one of those loyal servants, a member of no parish, a northerner, and a father to a self-confessed Catholic, I am, for want of a better word, fucked. This arse is my last chance. To kill or not to kill, that is the question. And yet, this arse belongs to God's anointed here on earth. If I cut it off, as a royalist I break my oath and will roast for all eternity. But then on the other hand, as a Catholic, 'twill like the Pope will canonise me, blasting me heavenwards to sit amongst the angels. St. John, the botanist. Either way, I'll be pushing up Bellis perennis, the juice of which, by the way, is excellent for wounds and cases of blunt trauma. Roman surgeons carried it by the sackful into battle. The word bellum being Latin for war, on the verge of which this land of ours now teeters. Protestant against Catholic, Cavalier against Roundhead. And yet here, between my fingertips, is the means to end this civil strife. For this arsehole, like the root of a plant, is the place from whence all our present canker stems. And stem they do. Verily, I'd go as far as to say cascades. Indeed, these piles, like bunches of succulent purple grapes ripe for harvest, should prove fruitful in fermenting the remedy I choose. Oh, but I cannot reason it, and I cannot choose. My good friend, What Raleigh, who, when last I visited him in the tower, laughed and said, "Ah, I took a punch on. El Dorado or death. Life's a gamble." Life's a gamble. This grave decision must needs be taken out of my hands, and in this crack of doom be placed by fate. For here resides the future of all our souls.
If you look after your community will look after you. Be a local legend. Donate what you can.